Nike, New Balance, and Kanye West. What do these three things have in common? Probably not a whole lot, apart from the fact that they all create running shoes. According to a report by Transparency Market Research, the global athletic footwear market, which was valued at $74.7 billion in 2011, could grow to be worth $84.4 billion by 2018. That's a lot of shoes. So where did all of these shoes come from? The supply chain of running shoes is an interesting area of focus because although it does generally follow the traditional clothing supply chain model, Nike branded shoes specifically have an added twist. Therefore, we present to you the life of a Nike shoe. We will be taking you on a journey to explore the various facets of the running shoe supply chain, specifically for a pair of Nikes, and it all starts here.
When it comes to designing the shoe, this step deserves its own presentation. Shoe design is a complex process that involves the collaboration of a variety of individuals, including runners, craftsmen, technicians, scientists, and doctors. The primary goal of running shoe engineers is to achieve an optimal shoe design for the average athlete, which involves the complicated task of finding the most versatile specifications to cover a broad spectrum of biomechanical requirements. In contrast, putting a shoe together, once specifications have been set, is a very straightforward process. Furthermore, creating graphical design for the shoe depends on seasonal trends, market preferences, and brand's personal style.
So once you have the design set, it's time to get the pieces to put the shoe together. Running shoes are made from a combination of materials. The sole has three layers: insole, midsole, and outsole. The insole is a thin layer of man-made ethynyl vinyl acetate. The components of the midsole, which provides the bulk of the cushioning, will vary among manufacturers. Generally, it consists of polyurethane surrounding another material such as a gel or liquid silicone, or polyurethane foam given a special brand name by the manufacturer. Outsoles are usually made of carbon rubber, and manufacturers often use an assortment of materials to produce different textures on the outsole. Nike primarily uses recycled and environmentally friendly polyester, synthetic leather, EVA foam, and rubber in their shoes, as well as organic cotton and LWG certified leather. All these products come from an array of suppliers who meet the strict raw material requirements.
Most major athletic footwear is manufactured outside the US by independent contract manufacturers that often operate multiple factories. Nike shoes, for example, are supplied by 115 footwear factories in 13 countries, employing nearly 521,000 workers. Contract factories in Vietnam, China, and Indonesia, respectively, manufacture approximately the majority of Nike's total footwear. In terms of innovation, Nike is one of the pioneers of the industry defining manufacturing outsourcing strategy. It is now exploring innovative ways of manufacturing so it can customize products on an unprecedented scale. In fact, 85% of Nike's footwear products are manufactured on lean lines, a new manufacturing process that delivers an additional savings of 15 cents per unit through better labor productivity and lower waste.
Once the products are shipped, usually via boat, they arrive at a given distribution center. We are now entering the downstream portion of our supply chain. Nike currently has 5 primary distribution centers in the US located in Memphis, Tennessee, and had 16 distribution centers outside of the US at the end of fiscal year 2014. Via these centers, Nike distributes their products through 3 major channels: by selling products to wholesalers in the US and international markets, by direct-to-consumer sales, also known as DTC, which include the inline and factory retail outlets and e-commerce sales, and by sales to global division brands. As it can be seen on the following graph, the wholesale portion of sales is the largest but has been steadily decreasing in the last 3 years, whereas the DTC sales has been increasing, although they are significantly lower than the ratio of DTC revenue for their major competitors Under Armour, VF, and Adidas. This is all to say, the high demand for these products is leading to changes in the supply chain, allowing consumers to obtain their products more efficiently.
But that's not to say retailers are yet to be cut out of the mix. In fact, the following graph shows the growth of Nike retail stores worldwide since 2009, jumping from 674 to 931 in 2015. The number represents the number of Nike stores alone and doesn't account the huge number of independent retailers selling Nike shoes all around the world. Just consider how many athletic stores there are in Ottawa alone selling hundreds of pairs of Nike shoes. Multiply that by thousands of other cities worldwide.
Nike shoes are arguably one of the most popular sneaker brands in history. But what continues to help them set apart? A unique extension and additional tier to the downstream process of their supply chain via a massive resale market that has emerged in the last few years. Nike thrives off of limited releases, and the company has calculated that about 4% of these releases hit the resale market, where resellers are charging huge premiums to desperate shoppers who weren't able to get their hands on the shoes in store. With such high demand, why doesn't Nike simply supply retailers with more shoes at a higher price? Well, this is all a part of a well thought out strategy by which, expertly balancing limited supply and heightened demand, Nike can ensure that the supply never quite meets demand and creates a market that nets the resale community millions of dollars a year. By doing so, Nike ensures to maintain an image of exclusivity that allows them to continue selling out of millions of sneakers without investing in any advertising, PR, discounts, or sales.
So next time you go in to buy a new pair of Nikes, you will know the long and complex journey they took before you start yours.